You look so funny.
Bo Nix is the better quarterback. It's fact.
The haters ain't gonna see me.
Hater.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a hater.
Sorry, Baker.
It is the cheesehead year.
I'm going to have to put the Chiefs number 2.
Probably have to cut this out. Probably have like Greenpeace coming for me.
Hello and welcome to a very, very, very special episode of The Hurry Up on DAZN, of course. I'm your host, Andre Dixon, humiliated with this bad boy on my head. I'm with my I know, it's Thanksgiving episode. We're in a special place.
Yes.
For a special episode.
With special friends.
With special friends. Looking very awkward. Once again, our producer, Alex, has decided to choose violence and humiliate us once again. I'm with my bros. Bros.
That don't work, does it?
Familia. Pals. Amigos.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Friendsgiving friends.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
That's
see.
cute.
Ashley George, how are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Guys, we need to remember, actually, we've got games on Thanksgiving. I've also just remembered we've got a game on Black Friday too.
We do.
There is a Friday game. This is kind of my favourite time of the NFL season because things are ramping up from now. Teams are reaching their ceiling. We will see teams coming through and taking like wildcard spots in the playoffs. Teams who were doing well, they might go on a couple of weeks losing streak and miss out. Like anything can happen. It's an exciting time.
It's a good time of the year because you get to spend time with friends and family, but there's more football. And who doesn't love more football? So no, I'm looking forward to it. Some great games. Obviously, we know some teams that always have to play on Thanksgiving, which in this season isn't great for some teams, like the Cowboys. But anyway, no, it's a good time of year. We got the turkeys on the head. We're ready to go. We're at Hard Rock here at Piccadilly.
Yes.
I'm excited, man. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show.
As George just mentioned, here we are at Hard Rock Piccadilly, so big up to them. We are in full distraction mode, not just from the football, for me anyway, but obviously from the food that we can smell. It's amazing here. But you know what? We need to catch up in what's happening in the world of NFL with Ollie Wilson. Let's check it out.
Week 12 saw a couple of sides that certainly had Super Bowl credentials going into the season get really rocked and rattled by some very unlikely opponents. I'm talking about the sophomore slump for CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans after they fell to their divisional rivals, the Tennessee Titans, on the weekend, 32-27. The Texans' defense looking leakier than some dodgy plumbing, and Stroud and that offense just haven't been quite as potent this year as they looked last season. Elsewhere, the Kansas City Chiefs that were unbeaten until a week ago were tested right the way to the very end by none other than the Carolina Panthers. Now, I know the Chiefs have been struggling throughout this season and grinding out victories, but no one expected the team from Carolina to push Patrick Mahomes and co as far as they did this weekend. Another surprising result in the NFL came from the Dallas Cowboys getting one over their divisional rivals, the Washington Commanders. But let's face it, defense wins championships, and that offense for Dallas without Dak Prescott, the Cowboys are going to be relying on Micah Parsons and that defense for any more wins this season. Cue the snooze fest coming up on Thursday with Thanksgiving against the equally poor New York Giants, who are now joint record holders for the longest streak without an interception in the NFL. Brian Daboll and co, you must do better.
Okay, thanks, Ollie, for that. Now, I've come to the part I've been avoiding. I've been dreading the whole time.
Okay.
Speaking about my New York Giants.
It is what it is.
It's terrible times.
It's very bad.
There's disarray.
More than that.
There's a lot of angry fans.
Yep.
Fans have walked out.
Yes, they have.
Seen their team quit. But before I go on my rant, what's your view?
I mean, I think you guys you're stuck in the mud. You guys are deep in the mud. You need a full cleansing, just clean shop.
Yeah.
I mean, I just find it strange. Like, number one, the whole Daniel Jones thing was bad enough. The timing, how long he stayed with the team when he was never the guy, really. And then you fast forward to him being demoted from first to third or fourth quarterback and then being released because it's best for the team.
Yeah.
He's now cleared waivers and is expected to get picked up by a couple of teams who are playoff contenders, by the way, who want to pick him up.
That's what he wants.
That's what he
wants.
wants. It's just strange. You look at the whole process and you look at the team. You start Danny DeVito, nothing's really happened.
No.
Do you say?
Oh, what did I say? Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
What's
He
his name?
said Tommy DeVito. Dammy.
Start Danny DeVito.
Sorry, Baker.
Yeah.
And then they start Tommy DeVito and same result. But then you see your number one rookie in Malik Neighbors. I'm sorry, this clip really took me by surprise.
I mean, obviously, it ain't the quarterback. Same outcome when we had DJ at quarterback. I mean, take a look. It ain't the quarterback.
You got annoyed at
I was
this.
quite annoyed
Yeah.
just because I don't know if it's more the chewing off in my damn ear of that gun. Like, bro, where are your manners? Keep your damn mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
I understand he's frustrated. He's a great player. He wants the ball. He wants to help the team. But he goes, well, it's not the quarterback. So what is it then? I don't know. I'm just chewing my gum. I don't know. I mean, the whole thing
he's
is
speaking
wild.
facts though there.
He is
speaking facts. But I think just the New York Giants, this has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But I feel like this hasn't just been brewing for one bad season. This seems to have been brewing for maybe like 3-4 years. And suddenly we're seeing like a very slow implosion happening. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna agree with everything that you've just said, no point in me repeating it, but you guys just need to clean house.
Yeah.
I think you guys need to just get rid of everybody that you can and just start from scratch. It's done well for other teams that we've seen in the past, so why can't it do the same for the New York Giants?
Yeah.
It's not as if you guys haven't got a rich history of being successful either. Like, you guys have it in you, but just not with the people that you've currently got
right now,
leading the Giants at the moment. And I will just say, because this is one of my best clips, I mean, if we can get it up on the show, when Tommy DeVito came in, that first sack, that hit that he got, and he flew back. And I just said to myself,
This ain't it, man.
Tommy can't even help this team.
No, this ain't it.
But I mean, I don't think Giants fans should be so disheartened. I just think, obviously, you've just got to make sure that you tank well, tank hard, make sure you get that number one pick, and just see what you guys can do.
I think from the point of view of like, I can't speak for all Giants fans, but because there's a lot of people that were like talking reckless, saying like Tommy DeVito's going to be like, not the savior, but he's going to do something.
Nah, you don't want that anyway.
I think that they did that as a way to get some injection of positivity with the fans, but it was never going to work. And by the time he actually got his hand on the ball, then we were already like down.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know where I'm sitting with Dable in particular. Joe Shane, I want you gone because if we're talking about actually decision making, you chose, to let McKinney, obviously Saquon, we spoke about that ad nauseum.
It's crazy.
And that money was being used for Danny. I was going to say Danny Dimes. I'm so used
Ain't
to
no
saying
dime there, boy.
But yeah,
you know what, Dable needs to go.
Well, he's got dimes. Trust me.
Bro,
He's got a nice
bank account,
payday. Yeah, definitely. For me, I feel that there's never a world, or I haven't seen it recently, where the GM gets let go and then the head coach stays.
Yeah.
Dable looks to me as he's lost the locker room.
Fact.
And you can't have neighbors like kind of speaking reckless. Like I actually agree what he's saying.
He wasn't
they
saying
were
anything
soft
wrong.
and they were it was a disrespectful performance. And obviously, he's coming in just through the door and he's not used to that type of mentality. So therefore, apparently they were really upset with losing the captain of the offense, and the way that he was treated. Danny Dimes. Okay, I'll call him that out of respect. But but at the end of the day is that that performance that I saw was not acceptable. Yes, we're gonna finish off with a losing record, and we probably will lose majority.
You're on track to get that number one pick.
We're getting number one pick, and that's cool, and I'm fine with doing it. But there's a way you do it.
Yeah.
Like you've been in that position when you got you're a high draft pick.
Yeah.
Like you want your team to
Of course,
compete.
you do.
Like I saw the Titans, and the Panthers competing to the end, and they're both dud teams just like we are. We were the worst, but like you want your team to compete, and that's the thing that's hard.
To a degree, anyway. Without sacrificing, it's tricky because you don't want to get.
The Cowboys are just like
I mean, they're there too, so
yeah. So actually, you know what? We can't go a week without speaking about them. As much as some people complain, until they stop giving us content, we will stop. We will continue talking about them because it's endless. So
It is. And I love it, but I also hate it at the same time. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that what was everyone's speaking about now, obviously, there's a big call for Deion Sanders.
And Shedeur as well.
And Shedeur Sanders to be able to come in. Father and son, which I don't know if I've seen that before.
I don't think we have.
I know. I think it's the first.
very
potentially-
LeBron-esque.
It is, right? And it's you can see why it's there. Like, it's very iconic for this to happen. Obviously, you know the history with Dion himself and what he did for the Cowboys and America's team and all that. If you can get father and son, and they're doing great things at Colorado right now.
Yeah.
It's just, that is it's a big potential move. And if it doesn't
My
work,
God, it'll be big.
can you? I don't think there's bigger to have Dion and Shador as head coach and quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, if it works, great. Absolutely amazing. They won their game in crazy fashion against the Commanders. The Commanders should have won that game. I mean, I don't know what they were doing. Dan Quinn must
They
have
had a
been
dud
losing.
game.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But the Cowboys are forever going to be at the tip of everyone's tongue until there's reason for them not to be. But right now, everyone's talking about the Cowboys. It is what it is.
Well, the Cowboys are now out of the top 10 draft pick. They've sacrificed that.
Did you see that picture of Jerry Jones? Like, he didn't look happy
Yeah.
when they
It was
won.
weird, yeah.
I think that he was like, wait a minute.
We're
We
done.
just now were bounced out
Yeah,
of
exactly.
contention for actual
They're gonna have to make
easy
some
without having
moves.
to
Yeah.
make trades.
I don't see a Cowboys future with Mike McCarthy in it. I kind of don't. So I do think they will. I mean, it's Jerry Jones. He's going to do everything in his power to get Deion Sanders father-son duo. He really is. But I mean, this Cowboys team still haven't won a game at home.
Crazy.
They are playing on Thanksgiving. Could we potentially see them win their first home game?
I don't think there's a could.
Listen.
They will.
No, but did you know? So in the Big Four, what do you call it? Big Four leagues in America. So obviously NFL, baseball,
Yeah.
basketball, and hockey.
Yeah.
Every team has won a home game.
Wow.
Apart from the Dallas Cowboys.
They couldn't even win on Jerry's birthday. What makes you think they're going to win on Thanksgiving? No.
Sorry, let me interject. Look who they're playing.
I mean,
Exactly,
when you put
yeah.
it that way,
Yeah.
you say that though, crazier things have happened. Crazier things
You know
have
what?
happened.
Imagine Tommy DeVito,
Honestly.
career game,
Crazy
7
things.
touchdowns.
I know.
Yeah.
I obviously want them to lose. I
Right,
just want them to
Giants,
put up a bit of a
Cowboys.
fight. But, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, is that one thing I definitely would say is that Jerry Jones loves being in the spotlight, loves everyone talking about the Dallas Cowboys. There is going to be no bigger magnet to all of media if Deion Sanders goes there. If Deion Sanders goes there, Shadir
I'd love to
Sanders
see
goes
it,
there,
but-
Yeah.
it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
And
The
obviously
pressure on
Yeah.
Deion Sanders though, and we've seen it before when kind of iconic names have gone in to be taken over a head coach,
Doesn't always work out.
a head coach position. Exactly. Sometimes it doesn't work out, and it's kind of the more underrated names making a name for themselves. So anything can happen, but obviously it will be super exciting, and all eyes will be on the Dallas Cowboys. It's what Jerry Jones wants.
Another team that seems to can't stay out of the headlines no matter what, even when they're on a bye week,
Crazy, man.
where we had an opportunity to be able to capitalize on that, but no, we decided to be like, no, let's steal the headlines even more. But the Jets, obviously, the Jets are the Jets, and
I think-
this is a miserable season. It's a miserable time for
It is,
football in
New
New York.
York.
However, the news was Woody Harrelson wanted to make a switch.
So Woody Johnson
Sorry,
wanted to...
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson, the actor.
What's going? Danny DeVito, Woody
I know, what's-
Harrelson.
I want to see what Woody
Hollywood,
Harrelson,
yeah.
the actor, thinks.
I'll keep this one quick because the Jets is relatively straightforward. They are the Jets. They're flying nowhere fast. And Willie Johnson essentially wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers, but there was kickback from the rest of the team.
Well, he wanted to do it weeks ago.
Yeah, there was kickback because they were like, well, this is Rodgers and you'll lose the locker room. It just tells you where things are going. Everyone around Rodgers has either been fired or whatever with the team apart from Rodgers. And now they talk about him wanting to come back, but not with the Jets. For me, it's over for him. Just forget it. Move on. Devontae Adams made the wrong move. We told him not to do it. He ain't listened to us. So for me,
Watch the hurry up.
that's it.
Like,
That's it. The Jets is a nice, easy one. They continue to spiral downwards and on to the next one.
I do think it is sad though, because I mean, I became a Packers fan through Aaron Rodgers. And I always think it is sad when you see a player who is really good, okay, despite one Super Bowl ring, that's regardless now. He's such a good, iconic player. And to see kind of this demise happening and this downfall, it is a bit sad. And I will always say, I think so many people have seen what Tom Brady did, moving from the Patriots to the Buccaneers, boom, Super Bowl straight away. Now people were like, oh, I could do the same regardless of age.
Well,
It doesn't happen.
I've literally now decided to have a hot take on this.
Because
Hot
what is
take.
it? Is it
Boom.
retirement?
Now,
Well, no, I said that.
You did it.
no, it's it's not even like just a black statement. It's like a request
Oh.
for Aaron Rodgers. Like, I just like you, I used to hold him high in esteem, like it was him and Eli Manning. Eli Manning knew when to walk away from the game, So therefore, like your whole catalogue, your career is not diminished. It's almost like a boxer staying in the ring, as we just saw,
Longer than
coming back in
Yeah.
unnecessarily, getting beaten by a YouTuber, disgracing the sport. Now, I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers is disgracing the sport, but you're taking away from your own legacy. And I think I would like to remember him being the elite quarterback.
Those Hail Marys.
He didn't win enough Super Bowls.
No, he didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I must say.
Yeah.
And he didn't win enough playoff games.
No.
Definitely for sure.
No.
But I just feel like, for me, I'm hearing that he wants to come back again.
He has said that.
Don't make them tell you no.
Yeah.
Shut that
You
door.
make that decision yourself. Please, the little bit of dignity that you've got, please, Aaron Rodgers, for the sake of all people that still hold you in high esteem, please just walk away.
I feel as if Aaron Rodgers does come back, and heaven forbid history repeats itself when he goes to the Vikings, I feel as if like the world will just stop and like a sign will come up and like be like, you've reached level 2. I feel as if like something cataclysmic will happen. But I saw people online saying, if Aaron Rodgers does go to the Vikings, have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers just been trolling the
Honestly,
New York Jets all this time?
That would be something. That would be something.
But look, Aaron Rodgers has taken so many people to the Jets. So many people have made the move for him, and now it's just like, kind of see you later. But who knows? Who knows what he's going to do?
Okay, you know what? We've discussed Aaron Rodgers ad nauseum. I know he loves it, but we're going to move on. We're going to discuss.
Imagine if
some other
Aaron
teams.
Rodgers is just like, they're chatting about me
Maybe
on
like-
the hurry up again.
I know.
My ears are burning.
He'll come out of his cave.
No, he needs to go
Come
back
out of the
to that
darkness,
cave.
yeah.
Send him back.
Right, let's discuss some of the games.
Yeah.
The ones that took our fancy the most.
Mm-hmm,
Let's start off with the Browns beating Steelers.
Listen, let me just say this, right? I got the heat on the socials about the Steelers.
Oh,
but
you should stick.
I'm a
stick to
listen.
football.
I'm
Stick to
pretty much.
soccer.
I might just leave right
That's
now.
all you know.
So I just like,
We need to bring up that comment.
Quite literally. But the funny thing is, the Browns took this victory, a divisional victory. And if you look at the next 5 games for the Steelers, I don't know how many they're going to win. It's not easy from here on out. So the Browns came in and did the business. Divisional games are always
They've got
different.
a tough run, yeah.
Great snow game, but they got a tough run. And I'm not sure how many they win, but there you go.
Let's go to the Chiefs. As predicted by me, normal service resumed. A W was over there.
I mean, they scraped that dub by the skin of their teeth. Now listen, and I think I've openly said this online, I put it on my stories everywhere, Panthers fans, if I'm you, I would be so proud of what my team did. You kept the Super Bowl winning Chiefs at bay for so long. And now in my head, I'm just kind of thinking to myself, if I'm a Super Bowl caliber team, I should be absolutely thrashing the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, were we seeing kind of what the Chiefs can actually do? Because, man, they dropped to the Panthers level, and I genuinely thought the Panthers could win this. I was going to bring in the confetti cannon again. But yeah, I mean, the Chiefs took that dub just. So, hey, we'll see what they do next weekend. I mean, they've got the Raiders coming up next. That could be an interesting one, yeah.
Playoff Chiefs, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
gotta
fair
keep on
football's
writing them
different,
off.
man.
I mean, yeah.
Playoff Chiefs.
It's not
find
right
ways
now.
I mean,
to
we're
win.
still in the regular season, so yeah, let's just pump that break for a
All right,
little bit.
let's go to the Vikings beating the Bears.
Yeah.
What a game.
This was my lock of the week, Vikings beating the Bears, and it did happen. I think the Bears are
Just.
now 4. It did. I mean, the Bears are now, I think, 4-7, 4-8, and then, again, the downward trajectory continues. But they looked like a better team. They've got a new OC who's taken over from Shane Waldron, and all of a sudden, they're making plays. So good for them. But the Vikings keep it moving, chasing that seed.
Block field goal again.
Blocked field goal again, which is a thing with the NFL right now, it seems. Everything going the way it should go. But credit to them, they found a way to win. Jordan Addison had a huge game.
Oh my God.
You don't always need Justin Jefferson, it seems. You have other weapons, so credit to him.
I wonder if he used a bit of his polite trash talk.
He may have.
Maybe.
And if you ain't seen that, go check it out.
Yeah, definitely,
Fun.
100%.
That was a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay, let's go to the Cowboys in what I think is the game of the season. So
It's crazy.
Is we say that every single week.
Yeah.
The game of the season for me is the Cowboys beating the Commanders. What a game!
Yeah, I think, and like we've already mentioned, because the Cowboys won this, they're now out currently off the top 10 overall draft pick. Hilarious. But this game had everything. It had so much back and forth. So I know you and me were chatting during the game
Yeah,
going
it was
on.
insane.
But yeah, it had absolutely everything. Listen, I'm kind of sad for the Washington Commanders. They're going on a bit of a downfall at the moment. They've got injuries.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't seem to be happening for them. The Cowboys, I think, just for morale, they needed that win. And hey, that's a big one to win in a division rivalry matchup and stuff as well. So we'll see. They're still yet to win at home, though, the Cowboys.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And what I've saved for last on purpose, because this is insufferable, the Packers beat the 49ers.
They did.
Oh,
They did. Oh wow, here we go. I mean, do you know what? The thing about this game is, I think the 49ers are pretty much done. They're decimated. It's over for the 49ers. And you mentioned my whole take at the start of this season.
You know I was going to come back to that.
I did say it, but hey.
You stood on
10 toes.
Feet.
10 toes.
10 toes saying that it's a wrap.
But you had to look at what they had at the time. Jordan Mason was balling. Ayuk was still there. All these guys ain't there. Christian McCaffrey's not playing the same. Brandon Ayuk is out for the season. Brock Purdy's hurt too. So for me, they were always going to, I suppose, I thought they were going to come back. But in this game in particular, the Packers dominated. They absolutely dominated. And they've sent the 49ers pretty much packing. There is no chance they can come back. There's no chance.
I do want to say, I gave a hot take, maybe week 2 or 3.
Right.
We're going to have to dig this out, guys. Alex, 49ers don't make the playoffs.
Wow.
I said the 49ers weren't going to make the playoffs.
I believe you did.
I said that they weren't going to make the playoffs. If anybody needs
Actually,
me
you
for
did,
lottery,
actually.
if anybody needs me
That
for,
happened yet, so relax.
if anyone needs me for lottery picks,
It's I think people were just so shocked at the hangover, the Super Bowl hangover. Obviously, they never won the Super
They've had
Bowl, and they've had injuries. But now, one of the things that I was thinking prior to this season was the age of this team and their chance to win in this window. It's literally this small right now because you're not getting to the blow-up point, but you've got to look at your roster now, man. Like, guys are going to need paying. What are you going to do moving forward?
the 49ers have to win out to make the playoffs. That's a fact.
I
They
mean,
spoke about it.
At 5 and 6, I
They could
believe
still
it
do.
is.
I mean, and their division anyway, it's
Is a mess.
super close.
Yeah.
But they need to win out. But listen, guys, this Green Bay Packers team, I call them a heart attack pack because they are every week. Jordan Love interception, my heart is in my mouth this week. Christian Watson dropped the ball.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fine. This is the first week that I've had where I haven't had like major heart palpitations watching this team. So you know, the NHS is gonna be happy. I'm not making an appointment. Yeah. But this Green Bay Packers team, I am loving what I'm seeing. Listen, I'm not saying that we're 100% great. There's still so much that needs to be worked on. But like I said to you guys last week, now is when teams need to be reaching the right ceiling. They do not need to be peaking too early, too late, otherwise they won't make it. Guys, I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team. And like you said, obviously playoff football, like we all know, playoff football is so much different. Yeah. But I'm loving the energy, the vibe. All you guys need to do is go on. I'm sure your guys' teams have it as well. But after every win or loss, Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers locker room video always comes out. The morale from each week and just the vibe, the energy in this team's locker room is so exciting to see. And I think, you know, when you have players who are just loving what they're doing, having fun, enjoying working with each other, that shows so much in the game that's being played. So, I mean, I'm loving it.
George,
I'm a very proud cheesehead.
George, I feel like when Ashley's talking about our teams, she's just like, you know your team.
You guys go over there. You go over there. We don't know what that feels like. I mean, me more than you, but we don't know what it feels like. Ashley's obviously riding high. Culture, the Colts, and the Giants are non-existent.
I've told you guys that you can support my team. Well, happily have you.
So can I just make something clear? We were the last team out of our 3 to win the Super Bowl, so relax.
You stay on it. You stay over there.
Just
with
make
that.
it quite
You
clear.
stay there with that.
You know, because you know what, April's coming, new QB's coming, and then I will start running up my mouth. But until now, I will be eating that humble pie.
Oh, I do want to give a shout out though, quickly, before I forget. Josh Jacobs. He is third in rushing yards currently in the league. So we've got Saquon, obviously the king, Derrick Henry, and Josh Jacobs. I do miss Aaron Jones a lot. God love him. Love him to pieces, I do miss him. But Josh Jacobs is filling the space nicely.
He's a good running back.
It took a few weeks, I think, for him to find his feet, so to say. Obviously, you know, when a new player comes in, they've got to learn the playbook, learn everything new and stuff. But this guy balled out against the 49ers. 3 touchdowns. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Josh Jacobs.
Well.
Exactly. So, I mean, hats off to Josh Jacobs, number 8. Hey, for people who don't know me, I'm a horribly optimistic cheesehead.
Right.
I'm super optimistic all the time. So
You
yeah,
think it's your year?
going all the way, baby.
Wait a minute, hold on a second now.
Going
Are we
all
gonna,
the way.
what,
are
you're
you gonna
saying-
lock this in
I'm gonna say.
as a prediction?
Is this
So
the
this
Chiefs
your-
Packers?
Yeah.
No, but I don't think the Chiefs are making it.
Okay.
Don't worry about the Chiefs. You worry about you. Are you gonna get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Really? Confident?
it's the cheesehead year. It is the cheesehead year.
I don't agree, but.
New Orleans, or New Orleans, however you want to say it. Packers
put a
time
pin
to
in
shine,
this.
baby. Oh, my pin.
I'm gonna come back to that.
Gonna put my pin in it.
Okay, it's come to the time of the show. That is my personal favourite. Love it, love it, love it, because I get to see what you guys think and I put you on the spot by talking outlandish. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, Saquon Barkley, not Josh Allen, is the runaway MVP.
Right now, as things stand, I have inserted Saquon Barkley as the front runner for the MVP. So yeah, absolutely, because as much as you hate to hear it,
Absolute nonsense.
and I love it, the last time someone had these stats, let me just put this in perspective for you. The last time an MVP who was a running back won the award was Adrian Peterson in 2012. Okay. Saquon Barkley has more rushing yards, more receiving yards, more touchdowns, and a better record than he did with the Vikings right now. If this continues, how can you not give it to Saquon Barkley? Forget all the quarterback only. The guy is a demon on the field. Okay. As it stands, I wholeheartedly agree with that comment.
It cannot
right there.
be a punishment for you to have a bye week. So because last week we was all unifiedly saying that it's Josh Allen.
Yeah, but
and now this week because he's on a bye week.
Saquon Barkley's continued to ball out. He
So
has
has Josh
continued to
Allen.
ball out. Yeah, but if Josh Allen comes back and does something crazy in this game against the 49ers that's coming up, we might flip the script. But for me, right now, you look at the numbers, look at what happened when AP won it, AD won it all day. Right now, it's Saquon Barkley because what he's doing needs to be respected.
So I disagree. I think it's Josh Allen. We've seen it for so long. And I love it. I've always said, why can't it be somebody who's not a QB winning this MVP award? If CMC could do it a couple of years ago, why is Saquon going to do it now?
That's a good point.
I envision a quarterback like Josh Allen get him the award, and then we'll see Saquon Barkley on the cover of Madden
It's interesting.
instead.
Yeah,
That's
I want that to happen.
I'll see that
because
happening.
then that means that you're going to have a dud season the next year.
Yeah, the Madden curse.
Hater.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a hater.
But then Saquon could get Offensive Player of the Year.
He could, but I feel like he deserves the MVP. But just
MVP is always going to go to a quarterback.
yeah, but we don't have to have that narrative all the time. But on the narratives of QBs and Josh Allen in particular, I have a hot take. I actually think that the Bills, who play the 49ers this weekend, and the Miami Dolphins play Astros Packers. The Bills have a chance to clinch the division this Sunday. If they beat the 49ers and the Dolphins beat the Packers,
So it won't happen.
well, this is the hot take because I reckon, even though the Dolphins are coming into that cold weather scenario, you know, they're obviously used to the warm weather.
Yep.
Two of them Dolphins, it might not look like fireworks, but they're on a roll. 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, over 250 yards passing. They're making it work. So I actually reckon that this game with the Packers will be really close, but I actually think that the Finns win this game, and I then think the Bills beat the 49ers and clinch the division. So as much as Ash is probably seething right now, that's exactly what I think is going to happen.
I wouldn't use the word seething, more laughing internally. But every time you say that, you always turn out to lose. Yeah,
I
you always
want to
turn out to be
know
wrong.
the
So, yeah.
percentage of our hot takes.
Or what's right,
or our lots
that's
and
a
stuff
good-
like that,
yeah,
how
yeah.
much we
I'd
get
love to
right.
know.
Because
I'm
mine's
doing-
got to be under 30%. Because mine's a lot of it. It's not because of lack of knowledge or because I should stick to soccer. It's because I'm petty and I want the Eagles to lose at any time.
I think I'm at about 75%.
Yeah, but a lot of yours are Packers related.
No,
and
they're
the
not.
Packers are playing really well.
Hey,
They are.
let's just go back to my very first
They
hot
are.
take, super quickly.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold taking the Vikings to the playoffs. It's happening.
I must give you
That
that.
is
You get
gonna
a
hap-
you get a
Listen,
trophy for that.
That is definitely happening for a fact, so
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you that for sure.
49ers not making the playoffs.
That's also
It's gonna
very
happen.
good.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on to a subject that I
Aisling
don't want
is
to talk
right.
about for long at all. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL.
No,
Why do people keep doing this?
because they're Eagles
Like,
fans.
no, man.
Sorry,
Proof that
Maddie.
this is not me. That's
They're
saying
Eagles
it.
fans.
Maddie, our intern in the background, is seething.
Look,
And I think that she wrote this tweet.
she might have, undercover. The Eagles are doing well. Let's not take that away from them, right? We've been talking about Nick Sirianni and all the hype and all the boos in the crowd, and the script has kind of flipped a little bit. Fair to the Eagles. We're not talking about Sirianni anymore. Now we're talking about Saquon Barkley and MVPs. So fine, they're a great team. But the best team in the NFL, get off that damn train, man.
Really? So
Get
we're
off
all
that
unified
train.
in
Yeah,
man,
Eagles
come on
fans love this, and
Just
we know
in
that they think
order.
they're the only people.
So in order,
yeah.
your top three, who?
Lions
three.
first.
Teams in the NFL
Yeah.
right now.
Lions.
Fully team.
I would say Lions number one. I don't know if you
Yeah,
go Lions
Lions.
number one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put the Chiefs number two.
Just purely because of their
I'm
record.
gonna put Chiefs number two. Where would you go number two? Are you Chiefs or elsewhere?
No, you know what? I'll probably put Chiefs number 3. Sorry, and I know they're winning, but they're scraping these wins.
So wait a minute, your top is...
So I'm
Lions.
Lions,
Who would I
Chiefs,
put
and
number
then it's a
3?
toss up for
Maybe
me
the
between the
Bills?
Eagles, Ravens, and the Bills. So I'm gonna go.
I might put, you know what? Lions,
man.
Bills, Chiefs.
Lions,
You got
Bills,
Lions, Bills, Chiefs. I've got Chiefs.
You've got them in your top three.
Lions, Chiefs. I'm still gonna go Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still gonna go Ravens.
They played a great game.
They did.
Yeah,
They
played a
did.
great
I
game.
still believe.
I hate the Eagles, but I think you have to put them in your top three.
Fair.
At the
It's
moment.
a close between.
I'm being
it's close.
fair.
It's close.
You know what's great? We're all entitled to our own opinion.
Exactly.
How lovely is that? Yeah.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to the next one. The Commanders will not make the playoffs this season.
That's a stretch, man. They'll make the playoffs. They will make the playoffs. They've had a bit of a...
They've got to do really bad over the next 4 or 5 weeks.
And I get it. They've had some
There's
tough
troubles now.
They've had some tough
Oh, I know.
losses. Jaden
Turbulence.
Daniels is hurt, and you can clearly see that, by the way. You can actually see in his movement he is not playing pre-injury like he was pre-injury. But to say that they're not going to make the playoffs, I know they've had a couple harsh losses. They've also had some good wins. They will still make the playoffs. I have faith in the Commanders.
I think they've got to be
back rim.
so unlucky to not make the
they will.
playoffs. So yeah, I
They
disagree
will.
with that.
They
Yeah.
will.
Bryce Young is a better number 1 draft pick than Caleb Williams.
Ooh. So Bryce Young has obviously made some strides,
Yep.
and I think that's because they found a bit of a formula.
This
I
is
think.
recency
This
bias
is of
because-
course a bit of a formula, but a better number 1 pick than Caleb Williams. That's a tricky one. I'm gonna say he isn't right now. I think Caleb Williams is still the better number 1 pick. Personally, that's just my take. I think Young will come good, but not right now. I think as it stands, Williams is still the better pick.
Would you still agree with Caleb Williams on the Panthers team though?
So if Caleb Williams was the quarterback of the Panthers, it's hard to say without seeing how that would have folded out.
Because I think it's just the
the
numbers.
scenario is different as
Exactly.
well. The team
Yeah.
is different.
world are you thinking about?
But I'm just kind of like, but that's such a weird
Mix
thing
things
to
up.
say.
It's a difficult. It's
It's a really
tricky
difficult one, yeah. Because I'm just kind of like, well, Caleb Williams, okay, if he's doing good,
but
but
you-
obviously
you
the
can-
Bears
you can
team is
look at-
helping him out.
By
Yeah.
performances on assessing him now.
Well, then, like I
because
said,
both of them two have had,
Caleb
like,
Williams
rocky.
right now.
So
He's
who
not
would
been
you
amazing.
pick? If
Caleb.
both of them two
Caleb.
are available, who would you be picking?
I pick Caleb.
You'll go Caleb.
I'm going Caleb.
Yeah, but I want to
So
know
you're
like who's,
drafting
I want to
now?
know who's on my team.
You're drafting now. You're just picking your quarterback of choice out of those two.
I mean, I've got to go Bryce, haven't I?
Really. My
Yeah.
concern about Bryce is the size. I know it's a thing, but he's so a bit fragile, smaller quarterback.
Sizist.
Not to say it can't happen. I'm just saying I'm going Caleb Williams. So there you go.
You're sizist. Yeah.
It definitely is.
The Minnesota Vikings will turn into a pumpkin
Wow.
and not make the NFC Championship.
Now, the reason why I feel like this person has said this is because we've seen it last season where they had a great record and not folded, but fell apart in postseason football.
Yeah.
So I understand where they're coming from. We've seen Sam Darnold falter a little bit. We have seen it. You know, he's some say reverting back to the old Sam Darnold, and I've seen a little bit of that. I still have faith, especially with that Brian Flores-led defense. You don't have to do much when you have the great guys in your offense with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Anderson. TJ Hawkinson is back as well. So no, I don't think they'll falter. I don't know how good they'll be in the playoffs, but I don't think they're not gonna explode and self-destruct.
You don't think there's a lot of tap dancing. Are they going to make the NFC Championship game?
No.
I know you're thinking that.
No,
because
but
for
definitely,
obvious
but straight
reasons.
away. If you look at, like, if
man.
the season ended today...
I do have to agree, actually.
If the season ended today, I'd have to get the teams up and who would be playing who and stuff. I think the Vikings
Well, we
make...
know who's going to be there.
It's gonna
No,
be
but I think the
It'll be the
Vikings. I think the
Lions,
Vikings
plus.
make the playoffs, but I think the Vikings then lose on wildcard weekend. I think they lose
I
first
think
weekend.
you're right. I don't know.
Yeah.
You think they're one and done?
Yeah,
I don't think they'll make the. No, I don't think
they're not going to make the NFC Championship game.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Which is a shame for them, but
I've got an interesting one for you.
Oh, pointing in a finger.
yeah.
Oh,
The Packers
oh yeah.
will be. Sorry.
Yeah, do that one again.
Right.
What was
I've
that?
got an interesting one for you. The Packers will be in the NFC Championship game. I'm asking George first.
Okay,
Because there's
okay.
No, guys,
clear
the show
bias
is done.
there.
The show is done.
I know.
We can wrap.
Do you know what?
It's great.
So, for me, the Lions are there
Yeah.
in that game, and then I'm conflicted because I think the Eagles might pip them to it.
You think the Eagles are going to be in the NFC Championship game?
It all depends on who plays who. You've got to remember that.
Because I'm. It depends on the seedings and who plays who.
As
Yeah,
it stands.
I just the Lions are look. No one got to say anything about the Lions.
Yeah.
It's a fact. I just don't know. Sometimes the Packers, you look at the game against the 49ers last year, where they should have won that game and didn't. Does that happen again?
We
in
were
that kind of
such a
scenario?
young team.
I know, and you still are.
Without
a young
that
team.
experience, though.
You still are a young
Yeah.
team. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so.
Of course. Say less.
Are
Packers.
we in delusion?
I'm
Or
not, no.
You actually...
I've got my level cheese head on. This team has all of the elements to get where we need to go. Listen, last year, we shouldn't have been in the playoffs at all. We
Right.
really shouldn't. So every game was just an exciting one. And that was all experience. And you know what? I'm loving MLF, Matt LaFleur and stuff. He's just saying one game at a time. And that's all we need to do. The mentality, obviously, I think is so, every team needs to be great on the field, but having a good mentality and having strong minds and stuff is so important as well. And I think this Packers team has it.
Sorry,
but listen,
I'm
playoff
just
football
gonna
is so
put-
different. We need to remember that.
Let me
but,
put
yeah.
you on the spot because you said, just from my memory, that they're also going to reach the Super Bowl. So therefore,
You
you
gotta go
feel
through the Lions,
that
man.
they're going to beat. You feel that the Green Bay Packers are going to beat the Lions and get to the Super Bowl.
Nah, man.
Is this your lock?
This is my lock, guys. I've got it.
I
And
don't
you know
see
me,
it.
I love a
But
good.
please insert the graphic here.
I love an NFL script. I love it. I have got in my head Lions Packers NFC Championship
Oh,
game
man.
at Ford Field.
Mad.
Lions fans, it's been 30, 31 years. They're going to be aching to get there. And then the Packers come in and they deny them that opportunity. I envision it happening.
You know what? I had someone
Man.
send me a DM saying to me, I thought you really liked the Packers. And I do.
You're making
But
it sound as if
This
that
one
was
here.
me.
This is the reason why, right?
Ash,
Nah.
Ash sent me a DM saying, with a tear emoji.
They're a good team, but the Lions are the Lions. So for
Right,
me, anyway.
You asked me to name some
Your
of the sources.
Yes.
I'm going to name one now.
Okay.
Andre Dixon.
This is by Andre Dixon.
Oh.
Oh, it is you.
Baker Mayfield will have a lot of time to practice his celebrations because he ain't getting to the playoffs.
You don't think they're going to get to the playoffs?
No.
Why?
Because I'm being spiteful. And
Wow.
Alex, who's our producer over there, is a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. He's staring at me, but I'm going to stand 10 toes
I
down.
think they'll still make the playoffs. They'll win the division, I think.
What,
They'll
you
win-
think the
Yeah,
Falcons-
I think the
Falcons are done?
Falcons
No, I
could
don't
beat
think
them.
they're done, but I think that the Bucs will win the division.
You reckon
Baker
they could get
Mayfield-
bounced out the first round?
I don't know how far they'll go when it comes to playing football. Mike Evans is back, but he's not his old self just yet.
Stop dancing.
It's true.
Are they going to get bounced out the first round?
No, they ain't going to get bounced out the first round. I think Baker Mayfield is doing some great stuff with the Bucs, man. And again, playoff football is so different to regular season football. You got to find your groove. For me, as much as you hate it, the Bucs will be there. The Bucs will be there.
I love how he bounces around a question.
I know.
In my head,
Don't worry,
I
I
was
get him every single
Make a-
time.
make a great politician.
Mad tap dancing around here.
They'll be there. You'll see.
Okay, right, let's look at the AFC. Who is your prediction? I'm going to ask you guys before we go into the last two. Who is your prediction to make the playoffs out of the people in the running that aren't like kind of as it stands?
The guys outside looking in.
who are outside looking in.
Okay, so read them out to us. Who currently, if the season is ending today, who is
So-
So
currently on the
outside looking in,
Right.
at the moment, we have, so let's say, all right, okay, so locks are Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans.
Okay.
Yeah?
Everyone
we
else
all
is-
agree with that.
Yeah,
Bills,
they'll be
Steelers,
there.
Texans,
They'll
yeah.
be there.
Yeah, George's favourite team, the Texans.
Oh, God, I hate them so much.
The wild card as it stands, graphics on the page, is the Chargers, Ravens, Broncos.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Now, the Broncos,
The Broncos
I'll
are-
salute to you because you have been
Listen,
talking them up.
don't get me started on the Broncos because I have gone out there and said on record that I think Bo Nix is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year because I think he's just balling out. And they've won another game and the Commanders haven't. Not to say Jalen Daniels isn't playing hard. I just think right now, it seems that Daniels and the Commanders, they've been unlucky, fine, and they've fallen in that category slightly. And Bo Nix continues to rise, right?
Yep.
So for me, Offensive Rookie of the Year, perfect. And I had some comments, some social feedback. Stick to football. You don't know what you're talking about. However, a lot of these people watching the show also understand the take because, as it stands, Bo Nix is the better quarterback. It's fact. It's fact.
Are they all Broncos fans?
Who knows? Maybe undercover. So, for me, I think, the Broncos, shout out the Broncos. You talk about them being in the wild card position right now, currently at 7-5. Do I think they can make it into the playoffs? I think they've got a great shot. But another team who are on the outside of the club looking in too.
Yeah.
Those three teams. So the Dolphins, the Colts, the Bengals.
Yes.
And no, I'm not about to pick the Colts. I don't think it's going to happen. The Bengals
Please
are
pick the
really
Colts.
interesting.
I think this
team.
Bengals team.
Why are you
No
not picking the
Colts.
Colts?
Hey, I'm a realist as well, I'm an NFL fan, right? I genuinely think the
This
Bengals,
Bengals-
because this is another talking point. This is
Right.
a great talking point. The Bengals obviously aren't an amazing team right now. Their defense isn't that great. But Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, they are doing great things. And some of the games that they've lost have been unfortunate, but they've also won some close games as well.
Joe Burrow is having an MVP season.
He is.
It's just his team ain't winning.
So I think that they could go on a run. Obviously, you need other teams to falter and lose games.
History
but there's a
needs
chance,
to
there's a
happen.
slim chance that the Bengals could make it. There's a slim chance.
Listen, you lot and your tap
They started
dancing.
0-3.
There's a
They
lot
did.
of like,
They
you
did.
can't please.
Any
we are
given
not
Sunday,
here
it's
to
true.
please all the rest of you
Listen.
fans. If you get in your feelings, get in your feelings.
I will
we
tell
want
you-
to know
Wait, who have we got?
Right
So-
here,
You've
right
got-
now.
you've got-
Broncos-
hold up.
is going to
Hold up.
make the wild card? So who's out?
My top 5 to make it as a lock: Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans, Ravens. Over the 5, I think are going to make it without question.
Yeah.
My 6th team, I think, is going to be the Chargers. I think they'll make it too. Then we're looking at one more team and everyone else exits early, right?
Okay.
And for me, I think that one team is the Broncos. I think they make it. I do
Okay.
think they make it. So you're then looking at, as things stand right now, the Dolphins, the Bengals, and the Colts all missing out. As things stand right now, at time of recording. That's what I feel.
But do you feel that it's going to be as it stands now? It's kind of set.
I mean, no.
Do you reckon those three are definitely going to miss out?
As things stand, yes. Things obviously can change in the NFL, right? You don't know what results are going to happen. But for me, those 5 are the lock. And then I think the Chargers and the Broncos also make up the 7 in the AFC.
You know what? Kick the Broncos out. Give me the Bengals.
Oh.
Hooday Nation. I would love to see history happen.
Okay, last one.
Yep.
The Niners' Super Bowl chances are done.
Yep.
So effectively, their Super Bowl window is done, full stop. And Kyle Shanahan is on the hot seat.
Oh man, that's tricky. I agree with the first part, and I said this before the start of the season. That window is closing. It is closing. How many times are you going to get to the Super Bowl and not win it? Kyle Shanahan has got to be one of the most unluckiest head coaches. Bearing in mind, he's a head coach that has developed this particular playing skill tree that every coach has taken from in terms of playbook. But he just can't get over that line. Yeah. I agree with that aspect. I don't think he's on the hot seat. He's too good of a coach for that. I just think they got to do something to change the narrative because it's getting wild right now.
Yeah, I think something definitely needs to change for the 49ers. I'm yet to put my finger on exactly what it is. I don't think it's Kyle Shanahan. So I think that's an outrageous overreaction that he's on the hot seat, really. But yeah, I mean, like you've said, their Super Bowl window is 100% closing.
man.
And just look at other teams,
Who are
bless
on
the
come
Buffalo
up.
Bills.
Yeah, man.
I mean, in a similar position. But yeah, this 49ers team, and I know injuries haven't helped them. Has that just been it? Is it literally just injuries?
Look, the league is full of injuries. Everybody has an injury to deal with, at least one, right? That window is closing. People don't want to hear it. It's the reality.
Yeah.
The window is closing, but he is not on the hot seat. That's an
Yeah, they keep Kyle Shanahan.
You're not on the hot seat at the moment, but they might feel that he's done as much as he possibly can do.
Nah, I think he's still got some life.
Yeah,
left in him.
I think he's done too many good things to garner them getting rid of him.
No, that won't happen.
Maybe for another season anyway, but yeah.
I think it's the one thing that we all agree on.
I do agree, yeah.
All right, let's look at the games that you should be watching on NFL Game Pass on DAZN. It's Thanksgiving, so you should be watching it on NFL Game Pass on DAZN. I'm saying it again, just to reiterate.
Where can I watch it?
NFL Game Pass on DAZN.
Oh.
There you go.
Right, what are your games?
Yeah, man.
Of your game of the week and your
Lock. Right, so my game is the Eagles at the Ravens, 2 teams who are flying right now. See what I did there? Flying right now. See what I did there? Two great quarterbacks. You're going to see the king of the running back position against the other king of the running back position. It's Derrick Henry versus Saquon Barkley. Everything's on the line. It's a great game. You have to watch. But my lock of the week is going to shock some people, right? The AFC South is a mess right now. Probably the worst division in football. You have the Jags coming up a bye week taking on the Texans, who just lost to the Titans. No one saw that coming. CJ Stroud and them Texans have definitely fallen down that ladder a little bit. So the Jags are going to win this damn game against the Texans and shake up the rest of the AFC South. You heard it here first.
Your hate for the Texans is like, no, but it makes me happy because I'm just like, well, my hate for the other NFC North teams is justified.
I legit think it's going to happen.
I don't know who's worse.
And you hate the Cowboys.
with the me with the Eagles and him. With his ones.
The only difference is I ain't got no leg to stand on because the Texans own us. So hey, there you go. But I do think the Jags will win this game, and it's going to be a shock to the league and everyone in the AFC South.
Yeah, I can kind of see it, especially coming off the bye week. Yeah. My game of the week, though, guys, and I'm sticking with my narrative. It's Bengals versus the Steelers.
Big game.
Bengals versus Steelers. Huge game because in my head, obviously, Bengals can scrape in that 7th seed position if they go on a solid run. Bengals could do this over the Steelers team. The Steelers team is not squeaky clean. They've got a lot of holes in their game plan. I kind of just see the Steelers losing. Maybe could the Steelers fall so far that they don't make the playoffs?
It's a schedule for me. It's a tough schedule.
The Steelers have such a tough schedule. But listen, this is going to be a bit of a fire matchup. And like we've already said before, Joey B, Jamar Chase, everybody on this team is playing really good football, but they're just not winning games. So, maybe this is the Bengals' time. But my lock of the week, guys, it's Thanksgiving. We've all got to be thankful. I'm about to give you 2 locks of the week.
Oh.
Partly because I'm superstitious, so it's got to be done now.
Okay.
My first lock of the week is going to the Washington Commanders. They came off an awful loss, really. Things have just fallen apart for them. So I think the Commanders take the win. Who are they playing?
The Titans.
The Tennessee Titans.
Who just beat the Texans.
Yeah, but this is a game that the Commanders should be able to
They need to
win,
really.
so that's fine.
Yeah.
My other lock of the week is got to go to the Green Bay Packers. Every time I say it and every time George kind of goes against me, it seems to come out a bit on top. This is going to be a tough game. Hey, it's never easy for us. Like I said, heart attack pack. Going to have to do my blood pressure. Go on a nice mental health walk and stuff beforehand. But yeah, of course, I've got to root for my team now, guys, because you guys aren't doing it for your team, so I've got to.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow.
This is what we
This
put
is
up
why.
with.
This is why.
See? You're going to lose this game. You're going to lose this game.
100%. 100% now.
Come on, Dolphins. Come on.
Come on, Finns.
You know what I'm going to do? I know it's not the right thing. You'll probably have to cut this out. Probably have Greenpeace coming for me. But
Wow.
I'll just eat a tin of tuna.
Right,
I'll find one.
Wow. Okay. And cut.
Cancel Ash.
Right, my game that you should be watching on NFL Game Pass on DAZN is, of course, Thanksgiving. Biggest game of the day.
Oh, my Packers
Everyone's
Dolphins
gonna
game.
No, it's not yours.
It's always about the Packers, isn't it?
Absolutely not. It is the Giants against the Cowboys at Jerry's World. Unfortunately, both teams are in disarray.
This is it.
So it is like the toilet bowl.
On paper, you say those two names of those two teams on Thanksgiving, you're thinking, what a game.
Who do you think is going to win?
Now, I do think the Cowboys will win.
I think the Giants are going to get this win.
Really?
I think the Giants are going to
Yeah,
get
but
this
they
win.
don't want the win.
No,
They
I
don't
know.
want the win.
But I mean, it's such a good rivalry matchup. I think the Giants just suddenly win and they're just like, oh.
Yeah,
God, awkward. Yeah.
Who have you
I
got?
would love it.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to give my assessment on it because,
All right.
you know what? I brought in a big boy who also happens to be a Cowboys fan.
Wow.
Scott McCabe,
Ooh.
please guide us through this amazing game that you should be watching on NFL Game Pass on DAZN.
Guys, the 2024 NFL Thanksgiving games are upon us, and no game stands out more than the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Oh my goodness, what a game this is going to be. We can't say it's the most glamorous offenses we're about to see, but it's always entertaining when these two division rivals go at it. Now for the Cowboys, they're off an emphatic victory over the Washington Commanders in dramatic fashion. Kicker for the Commanders, Austin Seibert, it was a day to forget for him. Muffed field goal, it was a mess, right? But for the Dallas Cowboys, there was a few bright sparks. I mean, when we look at Cooper Rush, what a game he had. Over 240 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Rico Dowdle, the running back, finally got the running game going. And this is a Cowboys team that has struggled to run the ball all season. There's also a few unlikely heroes, with Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver for the Cowboys, getting a touchdown, and Luke Schoonmaker, the tight end out of Michigan, also getting a touchdown. So Cowboys fans, we're happy. It's a great divisional win. What does this mean going forward? But we play the New York Giants at home. The Cowboys have not won a game at home all season. Now, let's look at the New York Giants. This is a team that under Tommy DeVito, everyone would say, it's a new era, Tommy's coming to town. Well, Tommy did not come to town. He'd Baker Mayfield in his face doing the celebration. So it was a tough week for them and the Giants. Another loss for them. Look, the Buccaneers ran all over them. 3 different running backs for the Buccaneers scored a touchdown. A game to forget for Tommy DeVito and the Giants. But it's a new dawn, it's a new day, but I don't think it's going to be a new scoreline for the New York Giants in this one. I have the Dallas Cowboys winning this one comfortably. I just don't see this Giants offense getting the ball moving in the same flow that the Dallas Cowboys will. And ultimately, I think the Dallas Cowboys are a better team on paper. Yes, the Giants have Malik Neighbors, but he looks frustrated at the moment. The running game, Tyron Tracy, he looks great, but they're not giving the rookie the chances to get the ball going. And the way the game script is playing out, he's not seeing enough touches. So give me the Cowboys to win this one on Thanksgiving. I can't wait. It's going to be a good one. And Dre, I think your New York Giants are going to fall one below against the Cowboys. Once again, they lost in 2022 to the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and we're going to run back that clock.
Okay, thanks, Scott, for your amazing analysis. I'm not sure I'm going to agree with your prediction of who's going to win, but we'll see. Now, my lock of the week is going to be one of the games that you chose for your game of the week. Oh, it is the Ravens beating the Eagles. Now, this is petty. I'm going to continue to roll the dice against the Eagles because they cannot win the Super Bowl. I don't want them in the NFC Championship. I don't want them in the Super Bowl. I want to enjoy because I know we ain't there.
You ain't.
So therefore, I want misery loves company and I want them out too. So there's no logic in it. Just in case all you
just hating.
Well,
just hate, yeah.
It's pure
no
hate.
Logic, just
and
hate.
You understand that. At least I'm honest about it. Okay, we've had a great time, great episode. It's always been fun, obviously, with us talking football. Thank you so much, Hard Rock Piccadilly, for having us here. And we're going to eat some great food. We're going to get in practice mode
I'm ready
for Thanksgiving. But before we go, I'm going to ask you guys what you're thankful for. We'll start off with you.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy. I'm thankful for my man, Anthony Richardson, because he is the future and saviour of the Colts. Whether you like it or not, whether these guys think he needs to have a nap or not, he is the future. AR is a man. I got belief in you, bro. Keep rolling.
I bet Anthony Richardson is real thankful for a memory foam pillow.
Oh my God.
And like a little heater blanket.
Shots fired.
Listen, I'm very thankful and grateful for the New York Giants. For gifting me, for gifting us, Green Bay Packers, Xavier McKinney, 7 interceptions, currently leading the league.
He's balling.
But
you guys wish you had.
But also, I will say, I think collectively as well, I'm also very thankful and grateful for the fact that we've got 8 international games coming next year. So I just want to say that as well quickly.
Big up.
But what are you thankful for, Dre?
I'm thankful that there's an end to this regular season and that it looks like we're going to have the #1 draft pick. That's what I'm thankful for. Anyway, we got to get out of here because we got some food to eat. Got to get some practice in, baby. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.